Packers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to buy time. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And midfield, he's got room. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up. But this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
Williams looking for a man. Trying to get behind the defense. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. For decades, Washington dominated this rivalry. Then 1994, and the pick by Kenny Wheaton took it to the house. And since that moment, this rivalry has been on.
It's been so much fun to watch. For years, it had conference championship implications. We've seen Heisman Trophy implications in this one. More recently, college football playoff implications as well. Always fun when these two teams get together.
And it doesn't matter what conference they're in. We're always watching this matchup. All eyes are on this match. They don't like each other. A lot of animosity. The coaches don't like each other. The players don't like each other. This is going to be a great ball game.
Might be calling a hot route. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
They punted away on fourth down. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Its first time out of the half. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And the Ducks can really attack on this second and short. Reads it, fires complete. Turning it on. Oh, he ruins the big gator with a fumble. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got knocked out.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Runs through a tackle.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wide receiver. Williams will pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
So they'll send out the field goal unit. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Moore will throw. Working that left side now. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a 1st down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Fires to the big fella. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Running to the left. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the 1st down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? The sure hands, it's Benson. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Moore to the air. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
This crowd knows when to bring it. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Fourth down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone.
And this offense, they don't want a field goal. You can tell. They want a touchdown. They want points. Fourth down, going for it. And how about the QB, man? How about the poise? Dropping back to throw the football. Nah, it's not open. Nothing there I don't feel comfortable with.
Touchdown, Oregon! Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Another off throw from this quarterback, and they knew coming into the game that they were going to have success. They had to be efficient throwing the football, and they have not been that so far. Whether it's been pass pro, bad routes, bad throws, they're not getting it done right now through the air.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. From the gun, the running back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Moore will throw. Right on the money. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. Grabbed in the middle. It's Stewart. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Ducks! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Gets it out quickly. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Washington wants to go quickly. He might want another play. Williams looking for a man. Floats it out in space. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
That's a great sign for this offense, man. Everything's been difficult so far, and you've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
Looking to throw on first down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. It's complete. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Just keep slinging it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Out of the gun, the inside give. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down. The Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here on 3rd down for this offense. Williams will pass. Quick completion on the out. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Obviously, great job picking up the first down there through the air, but you're trailing by a lot of points now, and you're in that area of the field where you should take a shot. If I was the offensive coordinator, I'd be thinking about throwing this next one into the end zone and trying to cut into the lead.
Got his man on the outside. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. And the Huskies headed quickly to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. He wants it all. Touchdown, Huskies. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused. Made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
Coming out with it, it's Moore. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. One more snap coming before halftime. The DBs will back off a bit. Quickly to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Moore to the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Ducks will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
It's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half. I
think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
He wants to change this route. Wants to go up top. Time to take a shot. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, I like the aggressive nature by the quarterback there. He's trying to take a shot down the field. Just a better play by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. A little screen to the running back. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
It'll be 3rd and long. Williams looking for a man. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. A low line drive and short kick. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football on that play.
On the move. Finding an escape route. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Ducks just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Right back to the well. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You've got to give your QB some time. You've got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And he'll make his way out of... after the solid pickup.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
He'll keep it himself. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession again. The offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored.
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Defensively, you got them backed up. There's two options that they're going to do. They're going to run the football and be conservative, or they're going to try to take shots down the field. They tried to take a shot. Defense was ready. Nice pass rush. Way to get to the QB and get after that sucker.
Going deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time, throwing the incompletion.
The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Williams will pass. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. There he goes. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they've completely flipped the field.
He wants to throw it again. Unloads to the right. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point, and he was able to come away with the pick.
Power football with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance.
Nowhere to go, ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover.
Option, you run the risk of putting the ball on the deck, and especially once that thing starts to string out, when the defense does a really good job playing assignment football, man on a man. I got the quarterback taken care of, and you could tell, had the running back taken care of too, nowhere to go with that pitch, and they forced the turnover.
He'll take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
They're dealing with a second and long. Williams looking for a man. Got a man in the middle. And they make the striking connection, and they've got it down to the 13-yard line, a red zone chance.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
Wants to throw on first down. They're working that left side. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The Huskies want to crank the tempo. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Boston. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Moore. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds a spot in the middle. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Well, that's just great awareness by the defense, locating the quarterback and knowing they can't get to him, they can't get the sack. Just someone's got to get their hand in the air and knock it out.
And they not only knocked him down behind the line, they also put him back under the century mark for the day. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Nestled just inside that right upright. And that lead grows even bigger. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Fielded in the end zone, it's Washington. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Williams will pass. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage.
Tight end trying to get in. Touchdown, Ducks! And the stomping has commenced. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Washington. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Swings it out to his running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Ooh, that's a great tackle by the linebacker. If he doesn't make that play on the running back catching the ball on the flat, that might be a big gainer. Nice job with fundamental tackling defensively.
Finds his tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's got it, and more than enough for a first down. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Huskies. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Williams looking for a man. He makes the grab for the 2, but wait just a second. There is a penalty marker on the field. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Looking for the 2-point try. He wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it, so they convert the 2 and keep just a flicker of hope alive, down 2 possessions. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Quarterback on the keeper. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And I tell you what, the defense has really contained that quarterback run all game long. But in a big spot in the 4th quarter, they let him out of the cage. He gets out of the pocket, makes the run, and gets the first down.
They'll send the back in motion. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Benson. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
Nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man. When you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Williams will pass. Fires left. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play and interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Boston. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these 1st downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry. But they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Throws to the wideout. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Throws for the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, they're not able to hook up there, but considering this guy already has 2 touchdown catches in this game, now the offensive coordinator is dialing up more passes his way, and you know the quarterback, he's got like a sonar on him. He's always aware of where he is, and I like the idea. I'm going to keep throwing this guy the football and see if he can get another touchdown.
Williams looking for a man. Snagged out of the air. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. Washington right back to the line.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to...
Unleashes one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest to deepest, widest to widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Unloads it left. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Takes a grab past the marker. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw again. It's on target and complete. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Using his legs, it's Washington. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies.
There we go. There's step 1. There's a lot of things that needs to happen for this offense, but they started with the touchdown. Time's ticking out. We got to go for 2 here. Cut this to 8, where we maybe can get another score and get that 2-point conversion to tie it.
Williams will pass. Got his man down the middle. He gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, but there is... Flag in the holding zone. So that touchdown was big, but just as big, this two-point conversion attempt to try to get it to a one-possession game. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there, they didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. By the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Defense still with a couple of timeouts. They can force the issue, make the offense snap it again as they take a knee on this one. After not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. And they'll take a knee on 4th down, happy with their performance so far, and they'll turn it over in the waning moments. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Not only the scoreboard, but the clock on the side of the offense as they take a knee, though the D can stop it a couple more times. The Ducks will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. So Oregon gets the victory in its